I'm used to getting used to this.
Everyone else when I left.
Hi,
I was having
everybody.
problems
How you
with it.
doing?
But then
Hey, look, it's Emmy.
How's everybody doing?
What?
they're going to go investigate and still.
Hello.
There she is.
Kind of a crazy show today. I'm here.
Hi,
I fell
everybody.
out and had to get on the computer. Hello, everyone. I'm pulling up chat over here right now.
You back on
Jenny said she's going to be
side
coming in
again.
late, 5 minutes
You
late.
back on J-Max's.
Yep.
Okay.
So
How's everybody doing
Chrissy,
tonight?
welcome back. We haven't seen you in so long. I'm doing good.
Welcome back.
And we got, well, everybody knows Howard.
So we have
And then
Howard
we
up
got
there somewhere.
he's
Yeah,
and we got Anthony,
up there.
Texas Race.
Anthony.
The race god of the
We got
forest.
Chrissy back.
Chrissy's back. It's good to have her back. I miss her beautiful face.
Miss Emmy's here.
Aww. And of course, Miss Beautiful Jackie.
Are we dreaming right now, Emmy? Is this Howard?
I know, right? Howard? Howard. Okay, so
I'm going to be on 2 shows this week. I got to do one with Mr. Koff. I'm going to be on his show, and then I'm going to be on a show with Matt Barron Tuesday and Wednesday. So
you weren't on mine the other night. I sent you
that'll be
a
pretty
link.
exciting.
I was on it.
Did you? What time was it?
Early.
It was early. It was early.
What day? Well, nobody contacted me.
Friday.
Yeah, we did an Unholy Trinity spinoff.
Yeah, we called it unholy. We call it unholy spinoff.
It was wild.
It was.
Yes.
I can only imagine, Charles.
It started out good and normal for the first hour.
Now I know how Howard feels. Shoot.
And then went
This
sideways.
is going to be a little bit late.
For the
This is going to be
3
about
hours.
5 minutes late.
So, I guess we want
So
to talk
to-
about like paranormal and how everybody's different. Go ahead, Jackie. Did you freeze?
Yes.
Okay.
No. My head.
We had a bad thunderstorm come through here.
I didn't
still
freeze.
coming through
Oh.
out here. We still have a bad thunderstorm out here.
Okay. And what were you going to say, Jackie?
Got to excuse us.
I forgot. But we're gonna talk about how everybody's different, right, Amy?
Yeah. Because we all investigate different ways. What I do is different from probably what you and Chrissy does and stuff. We all have different gifts, so that can contribute when we're investigating. Now, what I noticed about Anthony, and like how he was talking about when people say dark, they mean dark. They're thinking something bad, but it's not. And Tony can explain all this and why you like using the Ouija board and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people are against it. Anthony, this is where you jump in.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. Sorry, I was
My
cheating.
mama said that's the devil. That's the devil. Ouija board is the devil.
So you want me to elaborate on
That's
that?
what my mama said.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking the other night, and I had Hertz on there before too. That came up also in the chat, and then with Reggie also, because of how some people just believe. I mean, which is cool because I use the SP7, I use the Necrophonics, and I use the board. I use all three, but some people got this misconception that you got to wait 4 hours for the board to work. And like I have video out there, which is don't take 4 hours if the right persons are doing it right. And because we got the stories from the 4 girls that I was talking about that day, we got their full story came through it. And
Right.
we weren't able to do anything because of the people that were there that would not allow us to banish anything, which is another kind of messed up deal. So, but yeah, it's just this is the oldest one. This is the original SB7, and it's just that people have seen movies, or people have had bad experiences. It's just because they come into it with their energy is already bad. So it's kind of like going to a bar and getting into a fight because you have attitude. So yeah, you're going to find it exactly what you want. But those are usually people that have never done it, never been around it. They watch TikTok or
hear stories from other people.
Read a little pamphlet or something,
Right.
And like I said, I've been using this since I was 17, over 30 years. I've only had one bad experience, but because I was high when I did it when I was 17.
and you shouldn't be under any influence.
But like I said, I have other people that use it, that I go with, investigate with, and they're awesome. They'll channel through it. And like I said, that one time we didn't have any bad experience with it. I mean, I haven't had one since, and I do get full stories out of it. And so it just depends on who's using it. And I just think for me, it's just part of a tool. That's all it is, just like the SB7, regardless of what you think. A portal's a portal, whether you go in there, if you just go in there thinking and ask hello, you just open a portal, you're the portal yourself. So it's just a lot of ignorant people that don't know what they're doing and seeing a bunch of stuff in movies. And because it's all dark in a way. We're in the supernatural, we're all necromancers if y'all didn't know that.
What's the history of
I don't know.
the Ouija board? I don't know the history of the history.
The history, I mean, of course, everybody knows that it was made, but this is not even the real one. I mean, it was actually
No.
tables, and before that, it was just channeling. This is just something that came about, and it was put together. But it's just like I said, it's just like anything else. I mean, you still don't know really who you're dealing with, whether you hear it through a spirit box or what. Who can tell me right now that it's 100% that who you're talking to is really good? Just because he's been with you for 5, 10 years, these beings are deceptive, and then they'll turn on you sooner or later. They might, they might not, but how do you know that that's that person? It's not like, right, even with people, there's stuff that I went through today. Friend, I helped him with everything, podcast, everything, got his team going. And then you already heard the story, Emmy. And he turned because he got exposed. But he got exposed because I didn't know what he was doing behind closed doors. And once I found out, I'm not gonna have that on my team. And you saw the crap that he started, because now he's running because he's scared, just like every predator out there is like that. So, and I thought I knew him very well.
Right.
And that's a person that you can actually see. What about something that you don't even know really anything about, being on the other side? We don't know what it's like on the other side. So, you can have these guides and everything. Yeah, they're cool. 100% that that's what that is. Just because it tells you things.
So I know my intake on a Ouija board.
I personally visited the other side, but I don't know what it. I don't.
So it's like I was saying. So when I use the necrophonics, I like the necrophonics. That's the only one, the app that I really took it, because it actually worked for me on an investigation, and it was awesome. But that's they say this: don't use necrophonics on your personal phone, because it's a portal, and it goes everywhere with you. Well, I have it on my personal phone, but why? I mean, a lot of people say that. I have another phone that I do use it. That's it doesn't have no signal or anything. I mean, it doesn't have no service, but Wi-Fi. But I downloaded the app, but it's kind of a dead phone. You know what I mean? But I've heard from a lot of people, don't put it on your personal phone, because this goes everywhere with you.
See, I never heard that.
So
Anybody
you have
else?
a portal, because when you open this up, you're opening up a point of communication. You're opening up a portal to the other side. So they say don't do it. I mean, I have it, and I take it everywhere. I got it on my tablet. I got it on my personal phone, on that phone. So, but that's what some people say.
Right.
So SB7, the same thing. So it's just like, people get over it, man. It's like, it's a tool. That's all it is. Just learn how to use it. And if you don't know how to use it, then stay away from it. Because you can open up portals with this and bring it home.
What's your preference? What do you guys like to use?
To this, and you bring it home.
Right. What's everybody else's preference in here? I prefer the SB7 or PSB7, but sometimes the white noise can get to me.
For me, my preference is all of them. I don't have one that's more than the other, because I can use all three of them very well.
No reason.
Or I use all three of them, or I don't use any of them. Because
Jackie's like, no Ouija board.
Yeah, with me, it can be all three or none, because I don't need any of them either, because I can do it myself. So I become a portal. I become that communication beacon.
Chrissy, what do you like using?
Definitely not a Ouija board. Anthony and I have had this discussion a few times. That's one thing that I steer clear of, and he can say that it's stupid or that people need to get over themselves, but I completely disagree. Everybody has their own personal opinion. Everybody also has their own levels of faith and what they believe is good and bad, even in the field, period.
Right. See, that's why I was saying that everybody's different.
I don't disrespect other people if they choose to do things that I wouldn't do, or that I don't agree with, and that I think is anti-religious, But I don't use the Ouija board. I don't agree with the Ouija board. But
See,
if that's what he chooses to use, that's what he chooses to use.
and I agree with Chrissy. Same thing what she said. Same thing.
I heard
I
bad
don't
stuff
take
about the
anything.
Ouija board. I wouldn't.
You know, that's the same thing. I don't put anybody down. I just say get over it and quit coming at people that do use it. You know what I mean?
I don't go at people.
I'm not saying
No,
you
he's
did.
not talking to
I'm
you.
not saying
No,
you.
no, no.
There's 1,000 people out there. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I go through this all the time, and it aggravates me because it's come on, people, man. If you don't do it, then don't do it. But don't knock me because I do. Just because I like candy or I like cherry, don't knock me because you like chocolate, and I don't. It's still candy. But I agree with you on that. That's what I'm saying. I agree with everything you said because that's the way I look at it. But I do get a lot of flack for it.
I still gotta send Jackie a haunted doll because I sent Howard a Ouija board, so she gets the haunted doll.
That's right. Because Jackie ain't gonna open no Ouija board.
No.
Yeah, if y'all two don't do it, that's cool. I mean, that to me, it don't bother me. Huh?
Any tool that I use, there's an
I just
opening
heard
and
bad
closing.
stuff.
There's an opening and closing to that process.
Right.
That's anything that I utilized while investigating.
And see, that's the other thing too, and I agree with you on that because a lot of people, they put down the Ouija board, but anything you use to open up and communicate, it's the same thing. You're opening up that portal.
Exactly. I personally will not use the Ouija board, but there are other communication devices that I utilize on the regular, including myself.
And that's what I was saying, because you got the gifts too, and so you use a lot of them on investigations.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I use all three, or I don't use any of them. It just depends. I don't need them because I can do it myself. But sometimes, I do. I can use that one or that one or that one.
Yeah.
How what do you think about the subject?
I don't because I mean
Does he hear me?
I do what I want to anyway.
Have you used the
Yeah,
Ouija board?
can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Not as of yet because Jackie won't let me. Yeah, I can hear you. Jackie won't let me.
I don't want no
But
portals to open.
yeah,
My luck, I be
I
having
believe in
more
that. I would
monsters
try anything. I would
or
try
evil
anything.
spirits in here than now.
I thought your house was a portal.
You already
I
have
don't-
portals in the house. You don't need anything else there.
I know. I got portals because I got window. I mean, I have mirrors facing each other, and that's a portal right there.
Oh my God, my phone! I gotta put it on mute. Holy shit! So,
I can look in all different kind of directions. Mirror.
Jackie's got a portal between her ears.
It's okay.
Jackie got a portal between her ears,
That's
but
right.
I don't say nothing about that.
oh, that's
Four
messed
time
up.
Four time Jackie. But I mean,
There we go.
anything you do, you're gonna have a portal. Something's gonna come after you. If you do Ouija board or not, right?
I mean, so connection to the other side is essentially a portal. It's a connection. Again, that's why I said anything that I utilize, including myself, there's an opening and there's a closing. So you have to set that standard. Okay, we're opening up for communication. You have to set the standard. Nothing evil, nothing demonic to come through, and then you still have to close it because you don't want to leave that open, whether it be your personal equipment or yourself, dowsing rods, SB7, SB11, any of those, or any app that you utilize to communicate. Anything, pendulums. I mean, because you can essentially connect with a lot of things, anything really, if you will it into existence. But yeah, Ouija boards are a no-go for this girl ever.
And I get that. Like some people like Fords, some people like trucks, but I totally know where you're coming from, and I know you got a lot of special gifts. I don't have the ones like you do, and I could see where you're coming from because you're already basically you're a walking portal yourself
Mhm.
on that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get that. And then
I,
like how
I've
are you
only
talking?
had, I will say, Anthony, I've only had one experience with the Ouija board. I was a teenager. I was, I think, 13, maybe 14 years old. I went to a slumber party and I walked upstairs where the girls were already at, and they were on a Ouija board. Nobody was touching the board, but the moment that I hit the top stair, that plantation or whatever it's called, that you move around to the letters, it flew off the board the moment that I hit upstairs. And I got this sinking, sick feeling. So I left. And that's my only true
So
experience with a Ouija board.
what I want to know is, Anthony, when you did the Ouija board, did you ever like open the portal and see it, or something come out and attach to you?
No, all it does is
I didn't.
you channel through it.
You
So
talk to the other person. You just talk to
yeah,
the one
you
that's
channel
there.
through it. They'll speak through you, or it can move fast enough where you're just gonna have somebody really quick. But I mean, it can move fast enough to create sentences and paragraphs. The story will be told. So it's
So
just it's like
you
I
mean
said.
a Ouija board won't open up portals?
Well, it's like you said. Everything's a portal.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. When I don't have to use any of them. But as soon as we walk into a place and we say hello, is anyone there? You just opened yourself up. You opened that connection, that portal. You
Yeah,
made that
that's
point
true.
of contact. So, that's it's the same thing. It's just that. I mean, that's what I don't get. They're all portals,
Interesting.
so they all work the same way. I mean, it's kind of like saying the phone connects to the dark side, but the SB7 connects to the light side. You know, so it's the same thing because everybody gets this thing, and well, this is dark. And then they say, okay, well, the necrophonics is cool. The SB7 is light. It's all the same. I mean, I'm not arguing about it. I mean, just to me, it's like I said, what Christy said earlier. I totally agree with her. It's I don't, I feel the same way. It's just that I use ratchets and somebody uses wrenches. It's still going to turn the nut.
Um,
Yeah.
And I've been
somebody
around
was
a
talking
lot
about
of
the
people,
chat.
a lot of very experienced people around this that I go out with, and they're awesome at it. I mean, it's the stuff. It's just kind of like when we hear an EVP come in. It's like, wow, did you get that EVP? I mean, it said this. That does the same thing. It's just
I
that,
was
like
going
I
to
said,
ask, what about the planchette? Like everybody, there's a different. Everybody says how you should put the planchette on. I keep mine. I put my planchette upside down and leave it on top.
you know what I
But
keep
some people are
mine.
like, nope. You just leave yours the right way and on it.
I got my planchette from Denise Pack. She actually makes these.
That's cool. I hope she brings some. I'm gonna get
There's one
some.
there
Come
too.
on, bud.
Little one.
EAD.
So
Oh,
so Emmy, you have a Ouija board. When do you use yours?
I haven't yet. I've used them in the past, but
But you know where I
Jay
keep
wants to use it.
you know where I keep the planchette?
Where? Well,
On the
that's a
floor?
good place. He just
Wow.
drops it anywhere. See, and I haven't used one with
that's why you had
Jay,
experience with all those freaking dolls too.
right?
That's why you
No,
just
that
dropping
was a
that shit
different
off and
thing.
you don't
That
put
was
it
a
up where it's
different
Did
supposed
you
to
thing.
put
be.
it all in a
And that's why
dryer?
them dolls came back and just wanted to decide they would kick.
That was a
Yeah.
different thing. That I
And you
looked
done
for
things
that.
with the
Okay, you
dolls
Wait,
that
see,
what
you
I,
shouldn't
happened
have
with
done
those
with your thing.
dolls?
I did the same thing that people do with the board. I looked for trouble with the dolls. I wanted to experience a haunting
And
or
you found it, didn't you?
I
And you
wanted
found it,
something.
didn't you?
Yes, I wanted something to happen with these dolls that I hear about so much. So, and I'm good at I can see things when they're attached to things. So I started buying those dolls, and yeah, that last one, I don't know what it did. It activated all of them, or they got pissed off at me or something.
It's like that movie
And
Dolls.
but I did experience that. Now you see, but I have a lot of close friends that have haunted dolls. They use them when they go on investigations. I will still go with them and I will still be around them, but I will not own another haunted doll myself because I don't want to go through that again. So, but I don't have any trouble being around it. And I don't put down my friends because, oh man, shit, you know what, this happened to me, it's gonna happen to you, you need to get rid of it. No.
Melanie, yes. Actually, I knew before age 14. I've been able to see, hear, and feel things from the time I was very young.
So see,
Did
that's the difference. You know what I mean? See, I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to make my paranormal friends that love their dolls. I mean, you know how these things are with these dolls. I mean, they actually hold them like real kids. They take care of them. I mean, it's their real child, and they take them with them. And so I see how they feel for it, but just because. But I look for that. See, I look for that. Just like some people will go and they get this board and they'll look for it. The first thing they say is, "We want to conjure up the darkest entity here. We want to talk to Satan. We want to." Well, that's what you're going to get. That's what
right.
majority of the people. That's what they do. They're already expecting something negative to come through it. So there's your energy. There's your intention, and that's exactly what you're going to get.
I agree with what you just said, Melanie.
I have a question for y'all. I just sent a picture of it. Well, it's actually a video. Somebody sent to me. It's a friend of mine, and it's in a nearby city. And this is an orb that actually glows. It has its own. I've never seen one of these before. I mean, I've heard about them, but I have never seen one that someone's actually captured it. And I just don't know how. I tried debunking the video evidence of it. I've tried, I'm thinking about going to that place and actually seeing if I can actually capture it on my stuff myself. But I sent it to you, Emmy, and you could play that if you
Oh,
don't mind.
yeah. Hold
And
on.
see what this thing. Yeah,
I gotta send it to J Max because I'm on his computer. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Matt. Okay, here. Okay. Oh, snap. Okay.
so
Hold on. Let me share this.
Can we say? Well,
this
no.
is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then the light is so bright on this thing, it was actually messing with the camera. How it has infrared on the camera. They're security cameras, so it's actually messing with the infrared. That's how bright this thing was. So it's actually quite
Okay.
fascinating.
How long
Oh my
ago?
god.
How long ago did she get this video? Like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was done
Ready?
like it's up there, June 16th.
Yeah, June 16th.
Actually,
And at first I
I
thought it
can
was a
debunk that
laser
right
maybe
now.
or something.
It's the wings.
Nope.
You can see wings.
I can debunk that right now. And I'll tell you why. Because we were getting videos on just like that on our cameras outside at night, and we have a greenhouse, and we were looking at the thing because the cameras would get triggered, and we were looking at it. It looked like an orbs or several orbs would go into the greenhouse. It's actually a spider web, and the light can reflect off of it. And if you look, there's little itty bitty webs around, and if there's a little bit of water They're following the same trail. It's a spider web.
Yeah, it messes with the night vision and everything.
Yeah. If it's a drop of water, you see the little lines on it. You see how they come up in little lines. You know, even the bugs will come up and trigger the I could be wrong, but you see right there, you see that
Yeah.
blue light coming down?
Yeah,
That's
the web.
That's the web. The other ones could be, but with me looking at it, and because I've had that happen on several
But you can
cameras,
see it
and
on
then
the
we went
backside
and
of
put it
the
out.
other house over there, the shed or
It's a
whatever.
reflection.
Yeah.
It's just a light reflection.
Hey,
What
Horseman.
though?
Welcome everyone. It's like a droplet on a cobweb, like either a piece of
Why would it affect the infrared light as well?
because if it's at night and it moves, it's going to trigger it.
Yep.
From infrared to regular.
Yeah, it'll trigger it. It's
That could be because
the
I said
webbing
something
and the
about those
coloring and
blue
stuff.
lights.
Because if the droplet of water, or it could be part of you guys want me to take it off? Or are you still watching it?
I'm good. I mean,
So
I've
let
seen
me
it a
pause it
dozen
right there.
times. I've been trying to figure
Let
it
me
out.
pause. See, this is a web, and you guys seen cobwebs that they're you know, sometimes they split it because a spider had broken it and stuff like that. I got this thing in our video. It's a spider web, and
I chased one.
yeah, Jay chased one. That I was telling him because he kept thinking this orb was going into his greenhouse, and he's like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "These orbs are going in there and coming out," but it wasn't. It was, and I can. If you guys can't see it, but I can. It's very faint. The cobwebs. I could follow it up here, and that's what that's doing. It could be a piece of, like I said, like water, or it could be.
Bugs
Oh,
on the
Yeah,
web.
yeah. See him right here too. I'm trying to think what else. Why do we sneeze? I was like, hay fever, allergies. What causes allergies? Oh my god, my brain. You know, little flower particles and stuff. I can't think of it, but yeah, that
pollen.
Thank you.
Colin.
Okay, now I got to take it off.
Well, hi, Jenny.
Hello,
Check
good
yourself
evening. I am. I knew what Emmy was talking about.
Hey,
About the good evening about the pollen. I am smothered with it. Or head cold. I don't know what it is, but it's one of them. Good evening, Anthony. Good evening.
Am I echoing now? Is it
No.
echoing?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. But that's the only reason why if I
See
didn't
that?
investigate or do that, then I would know. I would think the same thing like Howard. But we're investigators. We've got to look into it, and and I've had the same experience because we really thought it was orbs going all around our cameras and stuff.
So we debunked that. I saw the little web at the bottom where you were pointing at.
Yeah.
Evidence out the door.
Yes.
Debunked. That's how you do it, Zach Bagan.
It was the devil. I'm telling you now, it was the devil. You seen a little.
I mean, some people think spiders are the devil. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I want to get me a little jumping spider. They're so cute. I hate spiders, but they're cute. Little jumping spiders.
They have a page on TikTok of these people who have jumping spiders as pets. I've seen one in my backyard last week, and I've kind of tried to capture it and kind of like, hey, I'm going to keep you as my new pet. But I mean, they couldn't catch it.
They're cute though.
Would you have them as a pet?
Yeah. I would have it as a
pet. The TikTok page makes it. They look cute. They look like they listen to you.
Florida spider or something like that. Florida something, but yeah, it's so cute. But yeah. So we were
Cute
talking about
spider's a dead
basically.
spider. That's a cute spider.
No,
Spider's a
no,
squash
no,
spider.
no. Oh,
Smash
you're
them
so
things.
mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what Jackie. I've heard that. Look, I don't give a crap. I mean, I hear that from Jackie all the time. You're mean to me. No, I don't care. That's just like a water off a duck's back. I just rolls off of me. I don't care anymore.
Oh my God.
So why don't you say what we're talking about, Emmy?
Oh, we were talking about how everybody, investigates differently. We were talking about the Ouija boards, and you got gifts, and we all got some different gift that makes us different from each other.
Yes.
And like Chrissy is very adamant. She's like, no Ouija board for me. So, but we were talking about what tools she can use or she uses and stuff. But her being a portal herself, that's what I guess one of the reasons why you don't use the Ouija board and just don't. So, what are your thoughts on a Ouija
Well, I
board?
seen Jen's live about a week ago. Jen, you had a live about a week ago, didn't you? And I've learned something from Jen that you don't let people on your team drink Red Bull because they get gas. That's what I learned from her investigation when she was in there.
Oh
That poor
God.
guys had some serious gas.
It's non-stop, and then we had a big feed before that, and it's always Alan, and Lou gets involved, and then Niall thinks it's funny. With Niall is Louise's husband, and then Niall does it, but I'm the lady. I don't do it. I go to the bathroom and do it. I'm that Orange Island. And that was very silent, but the boys now
It was a great investigation. Don't get me wrong, but I was measuring how much gas was going on.
Oh my God.
That's all they ever bring is Red Bull. Red Bull.
Hi, Eileen.
Oh wow, really?
I went for years. No activity. Oh, that happens. I've had that happen. Especially when you pay for places and you're there 6 hours, 12 hours.
I tell you what, Howard Hurstman over here in the chat, that would be an awesome authority right there on the spirit board to ask. He's actually one of my partners here.
That's what he's saying on there. He says Ouija boards are good for spirit.
Yeah,
I thought when you pass to the next, if you cross the veil, that's gone.
He'd be the perfect
I
person
mean,
to
you'd
bring
be able
on.
to hear.
Yeah, he'd be the perfect person to bring on, and you can ask him.
That was what I was saying the other night, because some people, Reggie was against like kind of Ouija boards and stuff. I'm like, well, what about the people, that are deaf and can't speak? So maybe, they come through and communicate with the Ouija board or, some of the apps that work that you can try to hear them or something. But I don't know. We were just saying that. And then I don't know who it was that said, well, what if they're deaf? If they can't speak, they're deaf. Well, if they were deaf and, they would read our lips.
Yeah.
So if you're asking a question to a deaf spirit,
I think that would be brilliant. Yeah.
Who's to say that once they die that they're still deaf?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
To say
biblically
they die, they're
speaking,
not.
You're whole again. So
Yeah,
you don't have sickness, you don't have blindness, you don't have deafness. So if you're looking at it from a religious aspect, once they die,
That's what I said.
They don't.
Well,
You wanna bring him on, Howard?
Okay, so but when these kids or even adults, when they see people over their bed, a lot of times they will see, like half the face blown off or, missing an arm, and they're not whole, obviously. So, so it could be both ways. Like maybe some do come back whole, some are still the same way they were when they were alive. Could that be a possibility if you want to look at that? Have you guys seen people?
Anything's possible.
Right.
There is no definitive expert in the field that can tell you the other side. Period.
Right.
No matter what gift you have or don't have, or no matter what equipment you use or don't use.
Hey, Howard, You want to bring Hertz on?
Oh, shut up.
Can you hear me?
This is not my show. I
Oh,
can't tell you
sorry.
that.
I
That's
forgot.
the great ladies.
I don't know whose show it is.
That's it.
It's Jackie's and
Oh, Chrissy. Well,
yes.
y'all want to
It's
bring the Hearst man on?
It's
That's the
Arthur
perfect,
and Val's show.
that's the perfect authority to ask this question.
It's up to y'all.
Yeah,
It's
I
up
mean, I'm
to
saying
you.
yes.
Emmy, Chrissy.
You got 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
we
ahead.
got 8 minutes. We know his perspective, but you can bring him on if you want.
Yeah, we're almost off. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's only an hour show, and you know,
Unless y'all want to bring them on next week or something.
Here's my
Yeah,
thing. If we
continue
bring
the
on
discussion
somebody that
then.
completely agrees and wants to go for that, I say we also find somebody who's against it and to explain why. Somebody.
okay. So how about this next week, Chrissy and Hearstman? Like, because I'm both ways. You know, it doesn't affect me either way, but I can see where Chrissy's coming from, and that way you have, you know, her perspective, and then of him, because she's usually,
But
yeah, I think that would be a
Chrissy
good
as
idea.
well. I mean, that's what I agree with.
Melanie, I agree with what you're saying, and you're right.
That's up
But
to
here's
y'all
the
ladies.
thing: so they can go in between. So, like, once they cross the veil, they can come back. So, are you saying that once they go to heaven or the holding place, whatever you believe, and they come back to earth as a spirit, you're saying that they're no longer whole? I mean, I don't know. Again, there is nobody who can really say that, but. Hey, Scott.
Scott.
As my lover.
Hey, boo. You know what it is.
My God.
But yeah, if you guys want to do that next week, that way people can, you know, plan for questions and look at it on Chrissy's way, the way she views, or the way Hearst views it and stuff.
Gonna leave me out this time.
So what do you guys say? We got crickets going in the background.
I'm
waiting to send them the link.
Eileen, I'll call you after
Yeah.
the show.
Okay, so yeah, next week he'll definitely go on, because this show is only a 1 hour show, and so we try to keep it at
I'm
that.
here for morals.
Yeah. But yeah, it shows that's a big controversy,
Yeah,
and you
I
know,
was here
how
for
about
moral
like,
support.
I'm just here for morals.
how about
support.
you know, also we'll find out the history of, you know, the Ouija board.
Get Scotty on here.
Did you just? What did Scotty say? I'm gonna leave me out. Oh, gonna leave me out this time. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, there are some people that have never crossed that veil, but again, they can toggle between the two. Is what I was saying.
Now I'm really curious though.
Well, Hearth Man, it's a family-friendly show.
Yep,
So
no cuss words. We're
keep that
good.
in mind.
Yes.
No, you haven't seen a wild show yet. I don't think I've ever seen Hearst Man, but on this one, he hasn't seen
Oh
a
no,
wild show.
you got to
yet.
go watch Friday night show. Yeah, he got. I'm not even going to say it, but he got to see my. That's it. That's how we're going right there at that. Oh no, Raymond, that hasn't happened in so long. Oh my gosh.
It's not me.
Stop it, Scotty.
Howard. Chrissy.
No. No, I thought we.
So, yeah.
Oh shit!
No, Howard, put your arm down. Shame on you.
Well, Hearstman, I don't know you from Adam, so I'm going to take your word for that.
And you know what? That would be. Oh my God! You don't know him?
No.
This
We
is
might have
going to
some
be awesome.
interference
I
because
told you we got 14 minutes.
going
We got
through
14
a
minutes.
thunderstorm right now.
No, I think next week, and Chrissy and him both, I guess, like a speech and debate, and educate us on the Ouija board, and also how Chrissy looks at the religious part of it, and I don't know. I think this would be really cool because I know the Ouija board, but I don't know it. I know how to use it and stuff, but
With the religious part
So
of it,
you know
they
that
step
next-
away from it. Especially in the Catholic religion, you actually step away from it.
oh, he's breaking up bad.
Do you not think everything we use is like an Ouija board?
I know.
Like say with the recorders, everything we use to communicate. I think that a Ouija board is made bad because of movies. Really? So if I open up my recorder here to call out, am I not opening this up for them to come through this?
Well, that's what we discussed earlier, Jen.
Aye.
And I'm not. We did confirm, and we were all in agreement that
Aye.
any type of communication is opening up that realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Me personally, I don't and won't ever use a Ouija board. I'm firm on that.
Mhm.
I don't hate on other people. I don't attack them on a personal level because that's what they ought to do.
Mhm.
But that's something that I strongly and firmly am against for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you on in an investigation? Has somebody like you're on an investigation with other teams? Has somebody who's using a Ouija board while you were there in front of you, or do you walk away?
Because everybody knows my entire team will not be around people who are utilizing a Ouija board.
Okay.
I don't even want to be on a live when somebody's using a Ouija board.
No, I get that. I get
We
that.
don't use it. We wouldn't use it. It was just when Emma was saying about someone who's deaf, and I've always said before, I'd love to communicate. Like my niece is deaf, and I know I had someone on my team who was partially deaf, but I'd like to
friendly family show. Just take the wheel.
We missed you, Chrissy.
God.
Oh.
What was I saying?
No, but use it like you was going. If you're doing an investigation, you got spirit there, and you investigate and you use S-Box, you use SB7, SB11, whatever you want to use, and you go in there and you start. You're dealing with that spirit, that entity that's there. Okay, but when you open up that Ouija board, that's inviting other stuff in, not just what's there. You're inviting in good, the evil.
Yeah, it's like opening a portal.
Well, how about like
we have a party at my house, and that's a whole
party at my house?
No party at my house.
Oh no! So like, okay. Well, when you're listening to the Necro app, you're hearing different spirits trying to communicate through, and that's what I'm thinking. Like with the Ouija board and the experience I've had with it, I'm communicating with one person. Yeah, you're going to open it up for everyone, but you can actually just communicate with one person. You don't have all these other spirits that's trying to interfere. Because you hear women's voices, kids' voices on the Necro app and stuff.
Any type of portal or communication that you have during investigation is allowing an opening for spirits, anything, and I hate to say it, but anything in that other realm, which could be demonic. Now, 99% of what we do, we don't run into demons. Okay, so don't
we know that.
I'm riding that train. I can't stand it when people ride that train. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that the presence is there, and it is possible, no matter what communication device we're utilizing.
Right.
Because you're opening up that communication. Now you can try to set boundaries when you open it up, But does that mean that they always listen? No. How do you think people get attachments? I mean, they don't play in the same playing field that we do.
Right. Right.
So it's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what Hurstman was saying. You say you give instruction. He says not, not if you lock the board. That doesn't matter what you do with the thing. If it's evil, it's going to come in. It's going to do what it wants to do.
Right.
This thing is going to do what it's going to want to do anyway. If it's evil, non-evil, it don't matter.
Exactly.
You're opening up a portal.
Yeah, you are. And you don't know what's going to come through. And the
Right.
sad part about people who utilize tools, whether it be a Ouija board, a SB7, SB11, dowsing rods, a recorder, you are making yourself vulnerable to what is on the other side, whether it be a spirit or else something else.
What do you think of the Estes method, where you just wear the headphones, blindfolds, listen, and then you?
I've done it once.
What do you think?
I don't know if
We do it all the time.
it's just because of my sensitivities. It wasn't just spirits that were in that jail. It was spirits all around that kept coming through. And I don't know if that was just me. I absolutely hated it. I hated it. It was just, it was like a rush of everybody and everything that had been in that area in like the past 200 years. To me, that is not fun. That is not connection. You know what I'm saying?
Have you been on the other side asking questions, or just you were only intaking?
I have asked questions, but again, that's difficult because I can hear.
Right.
I'm asking questions, and then the person who's on the headphones are trying to answer. I'm hearing other.
Already hearing it. That's right. Yep.
So it's difficult for me.
Well, the first time I did it, and I was in for about 25 minutes. 2 people did it before me, and then I went third. And I got to the point where I was almost falling asleep, like I was kind of relaxed.
In a trance.
Yes. And then because it was our first time doing it, and one of the people came over and touched me on my shoulder, I leapt off that chair. When I got home, something didn't close. My big Newfoundland Akita mixed dog was staring at me, and I'm like, am I hallucinating here that my dog is going to attack me? Yeah. And I opened my eyes, lying in the bed. He was staring at me, and he just wanted up in the bed. So I gave him permission to jump on the bed. Now, this is a 45-kilo dog. When I'm looking at him, all I'm staring into was his eyes, and I had this vision of him just mauling me. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm like, Riley, get down, Riley, down. And he wouldn't. And I'm beginning to freak out because he's that bloody heavy dog towering over me.
Yeah.
I never felt like that with my dog.
I think when you're a sensitive though, Jen, I think that the Estes method is not necessary because you connect already. And then when you put that Estes method on and you blindfold yourself, you're taking one of your senses away. And it to me, it was just, there was too much. It was too much.
It's a lot. I have done it. No, I haven't done it. I've done it 2 or 3 times more, but controlled this time. And I know I did it again last Saturday a week ago. And I think Niall did it first and then I went second. And I said, I have to do it because I know we're looking for a name, but the name's not coming through. The minute I put those headphones on, the name came through twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it was that, and it was, the radio frequencies reverse and so on. But then the name came through twice. And I just had to do it to see if it would come through, and it did. But if it's controlled and you're with the people you trust and they know when to take you out, but Louise does more of it than I would.
Yeah.
She does more of it than I would.
And it's probably the location as well. So maybe picking a more neutral location where there wouldn't have been as much activity, maybe it would be a different outcome for me. I don't know. I haven't tried it since.
And see, that's what I was talking about, how everybody is so different with the paranormal, the devices they use. And like Chrissy, she can go, and like Anthony too, they can go. They don't need a device. They have them right there.
Yeah.
To me, that I don't have it like that. I don't have where they're always talking. I can hear them sometimes, but I don't have it like you guys have it. I'm more of a real sensitive empath. And
Listen, I freak Jason out from time to time. I'm like, did you just hear what that person said? And he was like, nobody said anything. And I'm like,
have a good night, Raymond.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
And
I have my dog behind me. I have a pup, and I don't know how you didn't see it, but my pup he's only about 5 months of age, and he's learning like, I'm a boy, you're a girl. So I'm like,
oh,
I muted my mic.
no, that's okay because my dogs do that. But so
behind me, so I muted the microphone. Say, Yogi, get off her. And she's muted. He's not muted yet. Yogi, and I don't know how you didn't see it. If you look back at it, you're going to see.
No,
Yogi.
I wasn't even paying attention. We'll go back and watch the video. But that time has come, I think.
Yes.
Yes, the time has come.
Yes.
And so Anthony, tell everybody in chat where they can find you, your pages, and
you're muted.
plug yourself. Anthony, you're muted, dum.
No, I don't want to say nothing. I get in trouble every time I open my mouth.
Now go ahead and
But
where
everybody pretty much knows. I mean, you can go to Race World on Facebook or Texas Race Hunters on Facebook, Texas Race Hunters on YouTube. We go to the radio platforms that are RSS. I'm on all of them. And then here probably next week, I'll be bringing in another extension of Race World called the Oracle of Darkness, which is going to be consistent just of dark practitioners. And so we'll be talking about hexes and true witchcraft and dark arts, and which I consider the real paranormal because it's out there. People just got this conception that it's TV, it's all fun, which it is fun,
right.
but there's another side to it that you're walking into. So, and then also too, we'll be talking about this and other things that we use, candle magic, blood magic, sex magic, and all the goodies. So that's coming next week, which we just did the introduction Friday, even though it went,
Oh, God,
but it was good for a moment.
It was.
So,
it was really good.
yeah.
And that are you done?
You had me at sex magic.
And so Jen.
There's orgasm magic too.
Oh God!
Anthony!
No, we're family.
Sorry. Well, it's true. It's true. It's there.
We're not talking about that with children viewing this show.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Look, who I'm next to my mentor. I gotta be right. His vibe is coming on to me.
Listen, no.
We all miss Chrissy. Listen to that. It's like, oh.
I'm trying to be good.
Howard has been good.
I've been here holding my tongue the whole entire time. I've been biting my tongue.
That's why I muted myself.
No, that's okay. And so I want to ask Jen, Jenny, how can we find you? And what do you do? And everything.
I do everything. Everything. I'm tired. I'm retiring.
Just everything.
Everything. I'm retiring. Well, the usual. Emerald Isles Paranormal Researchers on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, which is just new, Twitter, and Facebook. And then you have Shadow Whispers in the Night. That's it. I'm not on next week. I have found a lovely friend over from America, so we're going to do a little touring around with her. And then I'm back the week after. And there are a few things coming up.
What days are your shows?
Saturday 9:30. Aye, Saturday 9:30.
That's UK. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Ireland, not UK. It's Ireland. Oh, I'm going to mute now.
It's the same time. It's the same time. Yeah, UK, Ireland. Yeah, same time.
Go to mute.
And I want to say, Chrissy, glad to see you're back.
Well, We only have one more game for baseball, and we don't even know when that is because it's the playoff. So that'll start back up, but hopefully it won't interfere with this schedule. I don't know. Baseball season's stupid. 3 and 4 games a week. It's
you know what? My husband was a coach for 2 teams, 2 of our sons' teams, and it was all 7 days a week. So I totally understand.
It's constant because they have practice 5 days a week, games 3 to 4 days a week. It's insane.
Yep. And the finals and all this, and you got to travel for this stuff. Yeah, playoffs. Yes.
Yep.
I get it.
Mom duty.
So, I get it. But yeah, I think all in all we had a pretty good show, and I want to thank Jenny and Anthony for coming up, and a big old welcome for the Listen Queen to come back, and then we got Howard. Yeah.
Yes.
And then of course Miss Beautiful Jackie, who is the hostess with the mostest. So you guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yes. Thank you. And y'all have a good week. And I'll see y'all next week. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Howard, you had one job.
Bye.
Howard, bye.
What? Oh, man, I think you're doing something.